Hello and welcome to my studio. So today I have some new goodies to share with you. I'm so excited. I have been in Edinburgh last week for the Fringe. Love it. It's my favourite few days of the year creatively. It's just, I always come back buzzing. It's so good. But of course I did nip into some art stores and the Makers Market, and I may have bought myself a few little goodies. So I thought I could show you what I've got. We can maybe have an initial play or feedback to the things that I have bought. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into it. So I had a couple of things on my wish list, and this was one of them. In last week's video, I was using forgotten supplies and I sort of rediscovered my pastels, and I really enjoyed using them, but I was having difficulty, and so I think that was because I didn't have the right tools. So I've got these ones, which we've kind of got, they almost look like the makeup sponges, and then I've got these ones with little detailed work that should be good for detailed work. So I'm quite excited because I'm really excited to explore pastels further. I suppose we could do a quick little test. Oh, that's snug. I don't know if you can buy those individually. I'll have to research. I would imagine you can do. I'm just thinking, because I didn't use proper pastel stuff before, and I was really struggling. Well, no, I had a blast, but I would like to be able to get slightly more detailed work. So it'll be interesting to see if these, I'm not quite sure if these work like this, or if they're for smudging. I don't really know. I'm going to, this pastels is going to be a learning curve. I quite like the texture that's created. Yeah, interesting. Ooh, look at that. You can see that, what a point there is on that. Oh, it's hard to make it. Definitely a learning curve. It's kind of like you almost have to put it on first, and then when you drag it, you get the colour, but definitely able to get much more detail with that than I was using. All I had before was these makeup sponges and then like a little, almost like an eyeshadow palette. So definitely think this is going to be a learning curve. Oh, that's nice. But I'm excited to have a play. So the next thing I bought was this mechanical eraser. I don't know what else to call it. This has been on my wish list for a while as well, but this is more so that to use an eraser in your art process as opposed to rub out mistakes. So it'll work with pastels, so like, but it'll also work, you know, when you're colouring with your HB pencils as well, and it means you can add highlights. Oops, with it being pastel, it's smudged when I've done that. But it means you can add highlights and details using an eraser. You don't necessarily have to come in with a highlight pen, but you can actually kind of create. So this, I wanted it to be as part of an art tool rather than just, you know, for erasing mistakes. And I've wanted one of these for ages. Simple things, but I've wanted one of these for ages. So I bought this and a couple of refills as well. The next thing on my wish list was some micron pens. I know they might not seem the most exciting thing, but I destroy my pens. I've got a whole heap of them by where I sit, and I have destroyed them all because I use them a lot over mixed media and stuff like that, and because I do a lot of lives that quite often the ink's too wet and I destroy them. So this one I have bought. I do not plan on using it sort of mid journal page, but I want to keep these aside completely separate from anywhere else so I can actually use them for pen and ink drawings and things like that. So, or waiting until things are fully dry before I go over them, determined not to destroy these ones. The next thing I got was this. I had those other things on my wish list, but they just seemed very practical, and while I was there I really wanted to buy something colourful and treat myself. I have been saving for the last year for this trip, So anytime anyone gave me sort of a cash gift, it went into an envelope so that I could spend it in this art shop. So this is acrylic gouache. Shall we get into this box and see what we have? So, yeah, I've been fancying acrylic gouache for a while. I see a lot of artists use it. Cassie from the Cassie Project uses it all the time, and I've seen Chantel Arts do it. I have gouache, but not an acrylic-based one. So I was very intrigued as to what these would be like and how they differ from the normal gouache. So this was a set because I thought it'd be quite nice. I'm a colour magpie, and I thought it'd be quite nice to have a full set. And I'm really into painting forests right now. We've got some lovely greens in there. We will swatch them, I think. We don't have a cyan, a magenta. I have just realised, I apologise if there was a weird edit there. I suddenly realised I had a couple more things that I forgot to bring down with me. So yeah, so I had these, I saw these and I really wanted them because I'm a colour magpie. But I didn't like the fact that there was a lack of a magenta colour. I prefer to work with a cyan, a yellow and a magenta. I don't find reds give you the best colour mix. So we have primary red here and we have scarlet. So in the individuals, I also bought myself this one, which was a quinacridone magenta, which I just thought would be better. I've also got myself a lime green. I think this might be vivid. I think this might be like a fluorescent. So I bought myself a couple of fluorescents because you can't mix yourself a fluorescent. You have to buy a fluorescent. Also, I got this one because I like the colour, even though I probably could have mixed it. I also got the fluorescent pink because, you know, it's fun. And the fluorescent yellow because these yellows are lovely. So we've got yellow oxide and we have primary yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out one of my journals and we will just do the quickest swatch to see what these colours actually look like. Already messed up my paint balls. From the initial swatch, this is slightly still damp, these feel like they are going to be really good fun to play with. I am loving the colours. The opacity is amazing. You can create washes, and I am presuming the fact that they are acrylic wash, that if we create a wash and let it dry, that should be permanent, so then when we paint over it, it's not going to lift like watercolours, which is, I prefer that. So I'm looking forward to having a proper play. I should really stamp an image and have a play, but I'm not going to lie, I am filming this video the same day it's going up. It's a little bit of a cheat video because I don't have anything prepared, but I want to stick to my posting schedule, so there we go. Stay tuned to see how they work in practice. The next thing I treated myself to is this. This is a sketch pad. I have been going to the Fringe with my friend for about 4 years, and every year I've gone into Art and had a look at these sketch pads, but just thought they were a bit pricey. It's all completely eco paper, eco-friendly. But as I said, I'd saved up money. So that was the last thing I treated myself to at the art shop, but I did buy some more art supplies. This is the most beautiful, exquisite thing. So in the Fringe, they have the Makers Market. I spend hours there because, oh my goodness, there's so many talented people in the world. But look at this. This is a glass pen. I don't know if you can see that. There is a jellyfish. And so this is hand blown glass. Even the jellyfish is hand blown. It's absolutely stunning, and as soon as I saw it, I wanted it. This was a big, big treat. Yeah, I think this is the most expensive thing I bought the whole weekend. But look at that, isn't it absolutely stunning? I'm trying to put it on there. I don't know if I've got any black card, but you can see the black, you can see the jellyfish. It is absolutely beautiful. It does, of course, come with its little stand. So, like that. Gorgeous. So there we go. That is her card there, Wee Lainey. So she is on Facebook and Instagram. And apparently she spends half her year in America and half her year in the UK. So if in the UK you want to purchase, you need to do it between April and November. And in the US, November to April. So there we go. Absolutely stunning. I also treated myself to a necklace from her as well. I was very decadent. Whilst I was at the Maker's Market, I will have a play with this in a little bit, but as I was in the Maker's Market, I also bought, there's a lot of artists that really inspire me. I bought one of his last year, Craig Ewan illustrations, and he let me look through his sketch pad as well. But I also bought some artwork off various artists, like this one. I love this one. This is from... Oh, I'll find the details and put it in the description box. But I love the way that he's got the green hues coming in through Greyfriars Bobby and stuff like that. And this is from the same artist here as well. Ross McRae, that's his name. But yeah, so I bought a few bits of artwork. But that was it for my purchases in Edinburgh. So if you would like to see me use all of these goodies in a little bit more detail, do stay tuned. I will be playing with them in the weeks ahead. Thank you very much for watching today, and I will see you guys next Friday.